Hi there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. So we're doing the show we do now on Thursday nights called the New Prog Albums. So for those of you who haven't seen this yet, I've split my What's New into two categories. One's called the New Prog Albums, and the other one's called What's New 26, which will have all the stuff that isn't prog, and the prog stuff will be all on this. I decided to split it because there was quite a few prog albums last year that I wanted to kind of go over a bit, but wasn't able to because I only had so much space on What's New. So now I have one completely donated to doing new prog albums, and I've also done away with the end of the month prog review because this is really what I wanted to do. So this is where we're going with it. So the album I've chosen tonight, originally I had another album scheduled to do, and then when I started to research it a little more, the posting was for January, but the album actually came out in November. So I canned that one, and I've gone to this band here, which is called Spirergy. It's a one-man band, basically what it is, and the album is called Wherever Forever. This is very good. This is going to be a top album for me this year, I think. Released January the 1st, 2026. It's about 71 minutes long, so it's a bit long, a lot longer than I normally like, but I found it to be very good. It's on the Self label and produced, mixed, and mastered by Colin McKay. And the band is, of course, a one-man band. This is Dave Allen. I hope he's not related to the Dave Allen, the comedian, because he'd be in his 90s by now. Anyways, Dave Allen is the musician on the band. This is his band. He plays all the keyboards, all the synthesizers, drums, guitars, bass, and vocals too, doing everything. And he does them all really well, to be honest with you. I think he's really quite talented. I think his drumming and his guitar parts are fantastic. Some of the keyboard stuff is really good too. So about the album is overall up-tempo for sure. It's got a little bit of that spacey feel to it. It's got some symphonic sound to it, lots of catchy guitar riffing. It's heavy at times, it's melodic at times, lots of piano and acoustic stuff, a little pastoral at times as well. There's a kind of a yesy sound to it at times. His vocals are a little bit more on the Geddy Lee sound. Doesn't sound as to me, I don't hear no John Anderson there, but I do hear a little bit of that Geddy Lee inflection on his music. I don't hear any Rush at all. It's kind of a weird combo. It's like a yesy Geddy Lee on the vocal type thing. But he's not overly like that too. He does have some feels that are a little bit different at times too. The music is at times very melodic, but very fast paced at times as well. The other thing about it I like is it changes. Like, he's not the same on every song. Sometimes you get these bands and they play one style and they just reiterate it throughout the entire album, maybe like in a little change here and a little change there, so all the songs are a tiny bit different. A lot of his stuff is quite good and quite varied, I guess is a good way to put it. So having said all that about this album, I'm going to break down the tracks. There are 8 in total for 71 minutes, all pretty lengthy tracks. He's only got one that's under 6 minutes, and it's just over 5 minutes, so it's fairly lengthy tracks, but all really good stuff. There's no weak stuff here. There's one that's an instrumental that I like, but I like his vocal part, so I missed that part on that song. So the first track is called Innocent Hearts. It's a nice melodic piano part here with a little bit of a distorted acoustic bit. I'm trying to think if that's the good way to describe it, or more like it's a little bit backgroundish, a little bit hazy. You're not hearing it as clear, and I think that was intentional. It's got a nice heavy rhythm section, really catchy guitar riff at times. Keyboards are heavy, complex. The drums are very forward and very good, I think. Nice, terrific guitar solo, or actually, it's a keyboard solo. My apologies. Vocals are, at times a little bit whispery, a little bit in the mid range, not as clear sounding. And there's a couple of crescendos in it where it drops down and you get this almost pastoral feel to it. The guitar solo is a little bit on the high pitch side, but this is a good, really good song. Nice, catchy song. Next up is a little bit longer, this song, so a little over 9 minutes in length. When They Came is the title of the track. It's got a nice melodic opening, nice acoustic guitar part and keyboard part kind of intermingled there together. It's a slow melodic guitar solo, maybe a little Floydish here, maybe a tiny bit Floydish. I don't feel like it's Floyd, but it's in that range that you might get from a Floyd guitar solo. It's got a nice catchy guitar, keyboard part, strong, fast-paced, complex drum part as well. The vocals are high-end and distinctive and a bit on the heavy side at points too. Also a little bit hazy sounding. This is a more Yes-like track than the first one, but very catchy, nice guitar solo bit, really strong. Next up, we have a song called Carry Me Home. Well, that last track, I think, was probably one of the two songs I think are my favorite on the album. Next up is Carry Me Home. This is a longer track, a little over 10 minutes. Up-tempo acoustic guitar opening. There's a very strong guitar part here as well, like electric guitar part. The vocals again on the high end and a bit more to the background than some of the music. Nice catchy guitar part with a nice solo part in here as well. Melodic synthesizer and a little bit of a melodic weepy guitar sound at the same time, and they throw some piano in there just to give it a little bit, flesh it out a bit. And then you have this nice part towards the end, which is very strong, really catchy, and nice ending to the song, I think. Probably one of the better endings on the album. Next up, we have the shortest song on the album, and I'm going to get a drink since it's not going to be that long from now. This is called See It in Your Dreams. I think this is maybe the weakest part on the song on the album, but still, I gave it a 6. I still think it's a good song. Nice kind of piano, nice little piano part. Like he's like auditioning for something here. It does pick up tempo. It's a bit stronger melodic forward guitar part, and then it gets a kind of a heavy rhythm beat to go with the guitar part. It's a pretty catchy instrumental, I think. There's just no vocals on it. I prefer vocals. I think he's got a good voice, and he has a lot of range on his voice, which makes the songs more interesting. Next up is Falling from the Sky. This is a nice symphonic opening with a lot of synthesizers, big kind of atmospheric sound here. The song does pick up as it goes along. It's not as slow and melodic as it is at the beginning. Nice heavy guitar here. And the drum parts are heavy as well. Then you get this kind of a vocal, which is a little bit on the high end and somewhat hazy in the background, similar to one of the other songs earlier on. It does crescendo out and gets a little bit on the quiet side for a bit with some keyboards and some synthesizers, kind of getting like it's drifting through a void almost. And then you get this slow keyboard part, and the drums and the rhythm section here a little bit more complex than some of the other songs too. I thought it was a great song myself. I'm going to do the back 3 tracks now. It's Here Again is the next track, another fairly lengthy song, a little over 7 minutes in length, which is probably about an average size for his music. Nice acoustic guitar part. He has very good acoustic guitar abilities. Even with it's just the strumming or the picking or even just adding little guitar crescendoing type parts where it goes up and then down. Really good stuff here. Nice keyboard part as well added, kind of accompanying the acoustic part. The vocals here are a little bit on the lower range, a little bit more mid-range-ish. A bit more husky in its sound. Got a little kind of a Geddy Lee feel to it here. I just found I wouldn't confuse him with Geddy Lee, but he's in that wheelhouse there, and at times he kind of give me that hint of him. Nice guitar solo. I think this keyboard solo is maybe a little bit better, but they're both pretty good. And then it kind of ends on an up-tempo beat, which is good. This is another really good song on the album. In the small hours, a little over 9.5 minutes in length. Keyboard opening within atmospheric parts, lots of kind of synthesizer going on here. Almost a hollow effect at times. It's got a bit of a slow melodic guitar solo, but some nice twinning effects here. So he's playing this guitar solo, and it's obviously has an overdubbed guitar in the back, and it's adding some depth to the song, I guess. The vocals are forward, mid-range, a little bit on the dark here. They're a little bit darker here, a little bit deeper in the mid-range, but instead of mid-ranging and then going into a high part, he's going a little bit more into a deeper part. The song begins to build, gets heavier. The guitar riffing is heavier. The drum part gets heavier. It's just a heavier part altogether. Then there's a drum part that's almost a machine gun-like sound to it. It's about a third of the way through the album. Then you have a nice keyboard solo towards the back side of this song. This is a pretty strong song as well. Liked it a lot. And then you end off with Whatever Forever, which is the title, or Wherever Forever. Sorry, I knew I'd get it sooner or later. This one's 16 minutes on the nose. This is another 8 for me. This is one of my 2 favorite tracks on the album. Nice heavy guitar riff at the opening, really strong, nice catchy beat. Like it gets you into the song, catches you right away, right at the beginning. There's a little bit of a mellow part, and then you get a vocals which are a little bit low, mid-range sound, not too frontal, kind of mid-range, not too far back. Doesn't sound like he's singing from the back of the room. It's kind of, he just seems to be just behind the music a little bit here. The lyrics aren't behind the music. He sounds a little bit further back than the music is, where up front a little bit more. Some nice catchy rhythm and riff parts here, really strong. This is a heavy symphonic part that builds up to yet another catchy guitar part. So he's got quite a few guitar solos and guitar parts going on here. This is a more guitar-dominated song. Perhaps that's why I like it so much. I just found it catchy. It caught me right up as the song came out of the gate, and I liked it right from the beginning. So that's the last track on this album. The album is called Whenever Forever. Sorry, I flipped it. Wherever Forever is the name of the song. Came out January the 1st. You can find it on Bandcamp. That's where I found it. Was going to purchase it, put it through the rigmarole, and decided the $43 was just a little bit much. I had the same experience last year when I did the IQ Dominion album. It was in the 43 range. It's largely due to the crappy dollar here in Canada and the charges that they cost to send you over, and that's the price of living in the CSSR here. And so I'll wait for it to drop a little bit, and then I'll get it, because I just got the IQ album this week, and it was probably about $15 or $16 less by waiting the year. Not that I wanted to, but sometimes you can't only do what you can do, right? Anyways, or you can just purchase it online, as you can on Bandcamp. Almost everything is purchasable online. There are people that don't collect CDs, don't collect albums, just collect the music. And if you want to do it that way, it's probably the best way to go. You'll save a lot of money. But still, really strong album. Highly recommend it. This will definitely be a top 5 for me this year. I'm almost certain of it. I know when something gets me where it's going to go. And today, Spirergy and his album Wherever Forever, great album. Highly recommended. So please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make any comments about him or the band, well, actually, he is the band, or the album, or anything I've said, you can do that in the comment section below. And we'll see you next Thursday night for another new progressive album or prog album. We'll see you then. Take care. Good night and goodbye.